Ramadan, the month where our Muslim friends and family are fasting, praying, and deep in spiritual reflection. Yeah, that Ramadan. It's a time of year that always seems to spark a lot of questions, some interesting Google searches, let's just say. But beyond the basics, there's a whole world of Ramadan facts that most people have never even heard of. We're talking next-level, mind-blowing stuff like, did you know the starting date changes every year? Or that there's a night more powerful than 1,000 months? You didn't, did you? Don't worry, I got you. Stay tuned, because Brain Bites and I are about to break down 10 surprising facts about Ramadan that will absolutely blow your mind. Trust me, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this. Okay, first up, let's talk calendars. They're pretty straightforward, right? You flip through the months and everything stays in its place. You see, unlike your birthday, which stays put on the calendar, unless you're one of those July 4th babies, then happy belated, most holidays are fixed. But Ramadan doesn't stick to just one season. It's a bit of a wanderer. Nope, Ramadan follows the lunar calendar, which, for those of you who failed astronomy, is 10 to 12 days shorter than the solar calendar. This means it shifts every year. So what does this mean for Ramadan? Well, it's quite fascinating. It means Ramadan is basically on a world tour, folks. Imagine a festival that never stays in one place. It's constantly on the move, shifting its start date every year. It's like a traveling show that never repeats the same performance. This means that over time, Ramadan cycles through all 4 seasons. Spring, summer, fall, winter, you name it. Ramadan's been there, fasted that. It's a unique experience every year. Think about it. One year, Muslims could be fasting in the long, hot days of summer, sweating it out while abstaining from even a drop of water. It's a true test of endurance. The next year, boom, they're bundled up, breaking their fasts in the short, cold days of winter. Talk about commitment. It's a whole different challenge. This little astronomical quirk makes Ramadan a truly global experience, with Muslims around the world experiencing the holy month in every season imaginable. It's a shared journey with diverse experiences. It's like a religious festival, but with a constantly changing backdrop. Every year brings a new setting, a new atmosphere. You could say it keeps things interesting, and that's the beauty of Ramadan's seasonal world tour. Now let's talk about fasting, the heart of Ramadan. This sacred practice is observed by millions of Muslims around the world, and it's a time of deep reflection, spiritual growth, and community bonding. It's no secret that Muslims abstain from food and drink from dawn till dusk during this holy month. This daily fast, known as Sawm, is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, and it's a profound act of worship and self-discipline. But here's the kicker. The length of the fast isn't a one-size-fits-all situation. Depending on where you are in the world, the duration of fasting can vary dramatically. Oh no, my friends, it's way more intense than that. The length of the fast can range from a few hours to nearly an entire day, making the experience vastly different for Muslims across the globe. Remember how Ramadan roams around the calendar? This means that the fasting hours shift every year, adding another layer of complexity to the observance. Well, that little quirk leads to some pretty extreme fasting schedules depending on where you are on this giant spinning globe of ours. The geographical location and the time of year can make a huge difference. Imagine living in Iceland or Norway where the sun barely sets during summer. The daylight hours stretch endlessly, creating a unique challenge for those observing Ramadan. Our Muslim brothers and sisters in those parts are basically running a fasting marathon, sometimes enduring up to 22 hours without food or water. Talk about willpower, right? It's a true test of faith and endurance. But then you've got places like Argentina or South Africa, where the fasting day during winter can be a breezy 10 hours. The shorter daylight hours make the fast seem like a sprint in comparison. That's like a fasting sprint compared to the Icelandic marathon. The contrast is striking, yet the commitment remains unwavering. It's like the fasting Olympics out there, people. Each region has its own unique challenges and rewards, making Ramadan a truly global experience. But hey, whether it's a marathon or a sprint, the dedication remains the same. The spirit of Ramadan unites Muslims worldwide in a shared journey of faith and perseverance. Ramadan reminds us that faith can inspire incredible feats of endurance, no matter where you are in the world. It's a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the power of belief. habit of gossiping or losing your temper. It's about cultivating patience and mindfulness in your daily life. It's about showing compassion and generosity, especially to those less fortunate. It's a time to give back to the community and help those in need. So yeah, you abstain from food and drink, but it's really about detoxing your heart and mind. It's about cleansing your spirit and renewing your faith. It's about becoming a better version of yourself from the inside out. It's a holistic approach to self-improvement and spiritual growth. It's like a spiritual cleanse for the soul. You know what I'm saying? It's a journey of self-discovery and inner peace. Chapter 4. Pop Quiz Hotshots. When did Ramadan become a thing? I'm talking, when did it officially become a pillar of Islam? Alright, time's up. The answer 624 CE, the second year of Hijrah. Now, for those of you who slept through history class, no judgment, we've all been there, Hijrah marks the Prophet Muhammad's migration from Mecca to Medina. It's kind of a big deal in Islamic history, but here's what makes 624 CE even more monumental. It's also the year of the Battle of Badr, one of the most significant battles in Islamic history. Talk about timing, right? So, in the same year that this pivotal battle went down, Ramadan became obligatory for Muslims. It's almost like the universe was saying, okay, things are getting real now. Time to level up your faith. Chapter 5. Now before you start panicking about how you're going to survive a 22-hour fast, looking at you Iceland, let's talk about exemptions. Because yes, Islam is a religion of compassion and understanding. Fasting during Ramadan is mandatory for most adults, but there are some exceptions. We're talking about our young ones who are still growing, people who are sick or traveling, and pregnant or breastfeeding women. It's all about prioritizing health and well-being, you know? Islam gets that life throws curveballs, and sometimes you need to prioritize your health or the health of your loved ones. But here's the beauty of it. If you're exempt from fasting, you can make up for those missed days later on. Or, you can do something equally meaningful, like giving to charity or helping those in need. See, Islam is all about finding ways to connect with your faith, even when life gets complicated. Chapter 6. Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get mystical up in here. We're talking about Laylatul Qadr, also known as the Night of Power or the Night of Decree. This, my friends, is no ordinary night. This is like the VIP section of Ramadan, the night when the angel Gabriel first revealed the Quran to the Prophet Muhammad. And according to Islamic tradition, this night is more blessed than 1,000 months combined. Let that sink in for a second. But here's the catch. No one knows exactly when this epic night occurs. It's hidden within the last 10 nights of Ramadan, shrouded in mystery. Muslims spend these last 10 nights in prayer and devotion, hoping to catch a glimpse of this blessed night. It's like a spiritual treasure hunt, but instead of gold, you're searching for blessings and forgiveness. Talk about high stakes. Alright, let's talk science, baby. Turns out there's a reason why fasting has been a practice for centuries across different cultures and religions. It's not just good for the soul, it's good for the body too. Science says so. Think of Ramadan like a reset button for your body. When you fast, your metabolism gets a kickstart, helping you burn fat and lose weight. It's like a natural detox, cleansing your body from the inside out. But wait, there's more. Studies have shown that fasting can reduce inflammation in the body, which is linked to a whole host of diseases. It's like hitting the refresh button on your immune system. And if that wasn't enough, fasting has even been linked to improved brain function, helping you focus better and boosting your memory. It's like a mental upgrade, all thanks to skipping a few meals. Picture this, millions of people from all walks of life breaking their fast together in a magnificent display of unity and faith. No, it's not a scene from a movie, it's the world's largest iftar, happening every Ramadan in the holy cities of Mecca and Medina. Imagine a sea of prayer rugs, stretching as far as the eye can see, the air thick with anticipation as the sun begins to set. As the call to prayer echoes through the holy cities, millions of voices join in unison, breaking their fast together in a truly awe-inspiring spectacle. It's a reminder that despite our differences in language, culture, or background, we're all united under the same sky, sharing a meal and a moment of peace. It's a powerful testament to the unifying power of faith. You know how some people set an alarm clock for important events? Well, in some parts of the world, they fire a cannon to signal the end of the fasting day during Ramadan. Yeah, you heard that right, a cannon. We're talking about countries like Egypt, Lebanon, and Turkey, where the tradition of the iftar cannon dates back centuries. Imagine hearing that booming sound echoing through the streets, signaling that it's finally time to break your fast. Talk about an epic dinner bell, right? This tradition adds a whole other level of excitement to Ramadan. It's a cultural quirk that never gets old. Plus, it's a pretty effective way to make sure everyone knows it's time to eat. We've talked about fasting marathons, but did you know there are prayer marathons too? During Ramadan, Muslims offer a special night prayer called Taraweeh. It's a beautiful, lengthy prayer that can last for hours. But hold on, because it gets even more intense. In Mecca, the birthplace of Islam, the Taraweeh prayer reached legendary status when the entire Quran was recited in a single night. We're talking about an 8-hour prayer marathon, folks. Imagine the focus, the dedication, the sheer willpower it takes to pray for that long. It's a testament to the deep devotion and spirituality that Ramadan inspires. So there you have it, folks. 10 mind-blowing facts about Ramadan that you probably didn't know. From fasting marathons in Iceland to cannon-signaled iftars in Egypt, Ramadan is a month full of surprises and fascinating traditions. Which fact amazed you the most? Was it the Night of Power or the Ramadan Fasting Olympics? Let us know in the comments below. And hey, while you're down there, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.